y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie Hardy, and today I kind of wanted to do something a little different. I want to show y'all how I get my wing liner with my hooded eyes. I know with hooded eyes it can be very tricky to get the liner right, and I know everybody does theirs different, and not everybody has hooded eyes, so this video will be specifically more towards the people with hooded saggy eyes, as you can see. So again, welcome. Before you leave, go ahead and subscribe. Come join the party. We would love to have you, and let's get into it. I really want to point out my hooded eyes. As you can see, this one starts a lot lower than what this one starts. I believe it's because I do have the scar that goes from here all the way back. And when they sewed me together, I think they kind of lifted up my eye just a little bit. So I think that if I were to have that scar, you see that that one would be pretty much even with this one. So this one is a lot easier to do for me than this one is, because this hood is like literally right into my eye line. So I'm going to try to demonstrate as best as I can and explain to y'all how we accomplish this. You're gonna need your favorite liner. It's more of your preference and what makes it easy for you. For me today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D tattoo liner. It is a felt tip. I'm not using that one. I'm using the NYX vinyl liquid liner, which this one is more of a brush applicator. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna go in here, and I always put my finger, or mostly my finger. Like I said, you need to find a way that works best for you, because it does give stability on where I can put this line. We're gonna go through the don'ts. So you don't want to go way up high like that. If you have the hooded eyes, it makes it impossible, because it's just gonna get drowned out into this hood. So when we go in and we make this line like normal people would, so as you can see, it disappears into my hood, so it looks like I have a jagged line, and you don't want to do that. And when you close your eye, you can also see that it is not straight. And okay, and best believe it's not cute. Like, you close your eye and you literally look like you have an arrow on your face. Like, I don't think that is cute whatsoever. And the other thing you don't want to do when you have hooded eyes is, if depending on how big your lid is, you don't want to take the liner too thick. So a lot of people also take their liner way thick, and as you can see, it takes away my lid space. And for us hooded eye girls, we want as much of our lid to show as possible. Saying it's wrong in any way, but for hooded eyes, it really does look horrible, because you just get lost. You lose your whole eye when you do your liner like this. You don't want it to get lost in the hood. You don't want it to be too thick and take away the lid, the only lid space that you do have. So this side is the don't. Like I said, if this is how you do your liner and it works for you, don't change it. But this is really what works for me and for my hooded eyes. So I just kind of want to give y'all an insight on what I do and do not do when it comes to my liner. Okay, so now for the do side. Y'all do excuse my scar. There's nothing I can do about it. I love it. I've learned to work my way around it, so excuse that, but I'm so beautiful with it, so it don't matter. Like I said, here we have a hood, just like we do on the other side. And you don't want to surpass your hood. So the first thing we want to do is we don't want to take it too high, because like I said, if we take it too high, then it automatically dips into that hood and that crease right there, and it will just disappear. So we're going to start at the bottom of the lash line, right in the corner of the eye. So if you need to and it helps, go ahead and just grab your eye. Just don't pull it too hard. So as you can see, this one goes more out, this one goes more up. So we do, since we have the hooded eyes, we want to go just a little bit more out. I'm not saying you can't go up, just don't go too far up. So we'll take this, and then once you get to your hood right here, you kind of mark where your hood is, so you have a guideline. And then we're going to start in the middle, and we're going to stay right where that line is. And we're going to drain it all the way across. And as you can see, we have it stayed right in that hood, but it did not disappear. And if you don't get it right the first time, you can always go in with concealer and fix it. I will show y'all how I did that in just a minute. And yeah, there is just a little bit of a bump right there, but that is definitely okay. As long as it is not hidden into the hood, you can make the outside of it work just as good. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I always start on the inner corner of my eye and get as close to the lash line as I possibly can. I wear falsies a lot, so I like to get as close in there as I can. And we want to keep this as small as we can make it, but also as even as possible. You always want to work from the bottom and then go to the top, because like I said, you can always clean this up. So I'm going to make the swing just a little bit more. And as you can see, this one, because it's so thick, and I have this horrific straight dead line right there, but it's so thick you can't see your lid. With this one, you can still see pretty much all of your lid. So you want to kind of keep it as close to the lash line as you possibly can. This one, I have no lid. This one, I have lots of lid, and my liner does not disappear into my eye. So I can close my eye and it still be a straight line. I can open my eye and it's still a straight line. This one, too much for me. It doesn't look appealing at all. So if you don't like how far this went down, or it's not straight or anything like you like it, you can always take some concealer on the back of your hand along with a concealer brush and just go in here, and if it's too swoopy for you, just gently and ever so carefully clean that up and just blend it in. Okay, so I went ahead and threw on some mascara and a little bit of black liner in my waterline. This one is more for the hooded eyes because, as you can see, it don't go into my crease. It don't get into that hood, so it doesn't disappear. I also left the liner very thin, so I still have some eyelid. That way I can put some kind of shadow on there and it still look okay. This one is very thick and very up, and this is a very pretty liner, just probably not for somebody that has hooded or sagging eyes. Like I said, you can sit here and you can actually see the ripples in it, and in order to fix it, you'd have to make it even thicker, and in order to make it thicker, it's just gonna have a more dramatic lash down like that. And it's, if I close my eye on this side, it's a straight line. It's like a beautiful straight line. So preference wise, this is really for hooded eyes. This one is more for the regulars, but this is a do and don't for hooded. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this and that y'all found it helpful. If there's anything else that I can help you with, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the description box. And before you leave, check out the description box. I'd be happy if you did, and I appreciate y'all being here. And like I said, if you have any questions, just ask, and y'all have a blessed day, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.